Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Silent Hill F. We return with episode 11. Last time, we continued to navigate through two different worlds, the foggy town of Ibisugaoka and also our own dark shrine. We emerge out of Rinko's house. We're now heading to Shu's location. That is currently where we want to go. Shu's house being all the way over here. All the way over here. So taking another journey back through the town. Let's see what we can discover in New Game Plus. I remember in our first playthrough, we went to the shrine up here afterwards instead of beforehand. So we had a scene with Shu that we didn't get the first time around, and I think that was just due to just missing out because of the timing of things. So we're going to go back through. I guess once we get to another area, there'll be another statue for us to work our way throughout this sword quest line. We want to get the sword, then we want to make sure that we have the game saved. Make sure that the game is saved. So we can have two endings. One where we have cleansed the sword and one where we have not cleansed the sword. And we shall see what happens. So it's pretty good that we'll at least be able to get kind of close to experiencing one of the endings. And then not having to put in a tremendous amount of work to start from the beginning with another one. So I'll be grateful for that. We'll be able to experience at least a couple. I think one that would require a little more unique effort would end up being our UFO ending.
相棒、妙な化け物が増えてる気がしないか？
お前の宇宙戦争だって妙な宇宙人がどんどん増えてっただろうが。
ひなこってしゅうくんと話すときは男の子みたいな喋り方だよね。
昔の癖が今も抜けないからかな。
俺たちは幼い頃からの付き合いだからな。
ふーん。だから男女の関係にはならなかったってわけ。
今はそんな話をしてる時じゃないぞ。行こう。
Honestly, these last two interactions with Rinko and Shu at both of those junctions, they are the two interactions that stand out to me the most that feel like completely made up. Like, you know what I mean? How it's like, we've already brought up the question, they're like, are we in a dream? And if so, whose dream? You know? And it really does in those moments feel like such a reflection of anxieties and inner thoughts being like reflected in the actual people that they're about. It's like a scene with like an imaginary versions of Shu and Rinko in that sense. And I think like all of this is, especially once you get to the end and you start seeing everything falling apart and it's like she's fleeing from the marriage and killing everyone. It's kind of like that thing where we're going through memory, but also like mental state with like manifestation of anxieties and all sorts of things, where it could be like how Hinako is, you know, feeling about particular people in her life, and then things that she tells herself or maybe thinks about herself, and then that being actually acted out through the people. Like, does Shu see her as too much of a man? How does Rinko's jealousy reflect that? Is she even jealous? You know, or do we think that she is based on, you know, what we may have heard or written? And then there's also like the moment on the stairs. Do we get pushed? Or did we really just want to believe that Rinko is the one pushing us? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I think it makes for a really compelling discussion, especially when like analyzing what it can all mean. And I think that's one of the elements that I've spoken about that I really think this game shines, is it doesn't feel like the stereotypical way that some of the modern Silent Hill releases like latch on to psychology and go, ooh, it was look at all of this repressed emotion manifesting as monsters, and I like that it does feel different. We have Hinako's own emotions and feelings at play, but the way that it is enhanced by the setting is something that I really appreciate, you know? You ain't gonna get James Sunderland experiencing life as a 1960s schoolgirl with repressed feminine rage really coming out here in a combat-heavy experience. And the thing is with like Silent Hill F's combat compared to Silent Hill 2 Remake's combat, I actually prefer Silent Hill F's. Absolutely. Because it's very, very fitting in relation to like the character and what is actually going on. I don't think like James is a massively combative type with a whole lot of rage boiling up inside of him that he would be engaging in such a crazy level of combat. Does feel like he's much more subtle in the way that he chooses to engage in that. Oh, get dodged. That was a mistake on my part. Pressed the wrong button. I'm worried about the condition of this. Just can't win. Take the my sickle. Oh, I still haven't. There we go. I'm reminded of James, where he's like in the original, where he's like, "Oh my god, Eddie!" After he's just like filled him with like 20 bullets. He's like, "Eddie, oh my god, he's dead." But Hinako having a bit of a mental break with everything that's going on, and it being represented through a lot of combat, I think is a little more fitting. I felt that was going to happen. I don't know if there's anything new around here, which is the part that's bugging me, because I feel like we're just going to end up running around into these same encounters, and I'm going to get stressed that I'm losing durability on my weapons without picking up new weapons. I'm just getting into traps with a bunch of these, and it's just going to be a waste of my time. I'm running away. My repressed feminine rage is being tucked away for a second. Just follow the lights. The Great Space Invasion 3. Oh my god. Okay, the mothership has dispatched countless miniature UFOs. These tiny round discs attach themselves to innocent folks' heads and brainwash them to take over their body. Have you noticed any strange objects on the back of your loved ones' heads? Oh, what? It makes cool noise. Oh, dude. There's our UFO poster encounter. That is, it says number 3, so we've missed a couple. I'm ashamed of myself. Maybe there were some zones where I decided not to look because I was like, oh, we've been here. But I need to look for these posters. That's right. We will look for the posters eventually, right? Probably in the next ending. After we achieve the sword stuff. Okay, it's not a new cutscene. No new information here. We will cut through the alleyways. Actually, we did go the way we were supposed to, didn't we? Because I don't think there's anything to be gained by going down this way. My curiosity is like, take him on. But I honestly think that that's just a death trap. It would be just like a video game to throw some nonsense at me like that and they say, oh, watch out, there could be something secret in there. It's actually Pyramid Head's blade. Another thing that is going to annoy me in this game on the replay is the fact that I'm not able to pick up the red capsules and use them. So in the spots where capsules are, I'm like pissed off because I'm like, it could have been anything else. It could have been something that I actually wanted to use. Like that, please. All right, we do have some things that are useful. Toolkit being one of those. You don't mind if I just slide right through, do you? I'm getting some really annoying stuttering though, which I do not like. I wasn't getting that before the last time we were playing. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. Oh, my stamina. Oh, my stamina. Oh, man. This is getting real not good for me. This is getting real not good for me. Oh, that's a basket I can open and maybe get something. There's just a few enemies around. You always try and quickly get to that to see if I can be safe. All right, now you go away. Just stop. Just go away. Just go back to where you came. Back from whence you came. Let me come back. Very good. All right. Oh my god, another poster. The Great Space Invasion 2. Inconceivable! Is there a secret invasion of body-snatching aliens? They may already be among your loved ones. It's not too late to get the earlier ones. That's so cool. Let us get a new steel pipe. Oh, there is hope yet. Maybe I am actually able to find poster number 1 around here somewhere. In fact, though, I would probably say that the poster around the opening of the game is probably more likely. So it might even be in an area I can't get to very easily. At least we know where 2 of them are for the future. It's possible that I will end up just like looking up locations of things, especially if it's like to get to unlocking it. But we've found at least 2 of the posters naturally. Depending on what happens. I mean, we might even find the first one. But depending on what happens, we might be able to search it up and then discover the ending. Sakuko on the radio. I think when we were here last time, we went up through here first and then had the encounter with Hinako and Shu. But if I go this way first, this is what I'm curious about, because last time we went around, we saw the bridge and there were the figures on the bridge, and then we came around and they were gone. This time, just for curiosity's sake, Jizo statue, one first of all, actually, very good. For curiosity's sake, we will go the other way first. The Jizo statue is close to the middle school. The character etched into the stone base is indecipherable. Sausage. What was that? Visions of sausage? I found a damaged Ojizo-san in the mountains. The character etched into the stone base is indecipherable. What was that just now? Some kind of sausage? It's nearby here. It's very close by, actually.
前の台風で崩落してそのままになってる。
Oh, cool. Okay, so you approach here. You can actually see them over there. So that's actually cool to see as a difference. We missed that by encountering them the first time. We got to go over the other side to get the sausage as well. I like that. Hey! God damn. Hold to skip. You got nothing new for me. You got nothing new for me. I don't need it. Don't you know Hinako is dead? Yes, tell me something I don't know. Tell me something new.
昔はシュウとこの辺で道草食ってた。
Broken Japanese getter sandal. Ah, they were not sausages. They weren't sausages at all. It was floral sandals. They looked like fucking linked sausages on like a wooden plate. Oh my god. Beautifully decorated Japanese style slippers. Whoever wore them did so for a long time, but is now cracked beyond repair. So if you go up to that side first, you'll see Hinako, Rinko and Shu, which is cool. If you come back this side after, you will still see the scarecrows, and then when you go back, they're gone. So it's actually, we can now confirm on playthrough number 2, it's better to go the way that we just did, as you get to see more. Only a little bit. You get to go, whoa, there's Rinko and Shu. How rewarding you consider that is up to you. Now we take the sausages, aka sandals, to the statue. Dink dink. My ears were met with a soothing chime of bells upon offering the item. This should do. So we have done 3. I might have missed a note in regards to. We might have missed getting a document that points out the location. But we have found 3 of them so far. And it seems pretty likely that we are finding them in an appropriate order, because it's kind of like we're in the town, then we're in the Dark Shrine, and in each one of those sequences, we then find a Jizo statue. So the next Jizo statue will probably be in that forest area by Shu's house. We've entered the middle school. Nothing new has happened so far. I'm going to pick up this note and read it, and I'm going to get attacked by this creature posing as a scarecrow student. School founder's anecdote. When Mr. Yoneda was 20 years old, he came across an injured fox. Being the good teacher he is, he attended to the fox's wounds, shared his food with it, and cared for it. One day, when the fox had fully recovered, it opened its mouth and spoke in human tongue. After expressing its appreciation to Mr. Yoneda, the fox then told him. The next page is torn out and on the ground. The next page is torn out and on the ground. I don't see no page on the ground. Am I misunderstanding? I like that information, though. This sort of reveal or insight into people that have done nice things to foxes over the years and may or may not have received blessings in different ways. However you want to interpret the term blessings. To all faculty on patrol duty, please ensure the corridor is locked at the end of the day. Teacher journal. The vice principal is so paranoid about his keys that he always takes them with him whenever he leaves. It's kind of ironic that he lost the keys to the stairwell. He's looking for them frantically like a madman. He had the nerve to ask me to help him find them, but I'm the one who needs help with this pile of paperwork I have. Nothing useful, you say? That's a steel pipe. In terms of the document on the floor, I must just be misreading what that really means, I suppose. Oh. Hold on a second. Second page that I just totally skipped over, I guess. My brain just went, look for a note on the ground. Anyway, let's pretend that we didn't do any of that. The next page is torn out on the ground. Oh, well, whoa, page 2. Buy as much of that mountain's land as you can. Borrow money if you must, for it will surely bring you great wealth. Shortly thereafter, the country commenced their dam construction plan, and the mountain Mr. Yoneda had purchased was indeed a boon. He spent every last yen he earned on his hometown of Abisugaoka. One result of his generosity was Abisugaoka Middle School. Mr. Yoneda donated the Inari statue and housed it inside the small shrine, seen on school grounds, as his way of saying thanks to the fox that blessed him. And there you go. Wow, what an interesting second page to read without getting confused. To all students, the game known as the Fox's Sacrifice is hereby banned. Whoa, it's a bird and a bunny. It's me and my friend. Was this window open before? Was this window open the first time? Surely. Who's calling out attention? All right, we have the opened locker room. There's still the one that we need keys for. Now, in terms of the locked doors, are the codes going to be the same? Oh, does it operate under the same principle? It does. We can just rock up in here, open this shit up. Origami of Grievances. I happened to find out Suga's locker combination. The weird thing is when you convert it to code, it looks like a cry for help. What am I supposed to do? It's not like I can do anything. We have the 505 for an SOS code, but we'll have to wait until we get into the next locker room. But it still operates on the same principles, which is the names converted to numbers. Oh. Or UFO things. That's where we're going to get our key. As we find out, oh, the dear sweet principal lost his keys in the flowers. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. All good. All good. Getting hit with the surprise scarecrow attack. Oh. Pressed RB a little too late. Wonder how much combat I'll be able to get away with avoiding here. Not even anything for me to grab in there this time. Where is our giant creature? Have they changed this encounter? Just sit on the swing for a while. How about that? I wonder how the swing physics would interact with enemies. Get the swing to hit him in the face. It seems as though this encounter is different. Man, do I need any more healing? Alright, let me come back for this. Oh, we are at hammer time. Okay. Oh, it feels awful to throw away a weapon with such high durability at this point, especially if we do get stuck in combat, trying to be efficient. Especially if Big Dog actually comes out to fight. And especially if any of these come alive to fight me as well. I'm pretty sure this is new. I hear a radio. And I don't remember us being in a room of a bunch of these sweet little human body representations. I couldn't even interact with the radio either. Diary of Revenge. I found mention of a transition from the water dragon faith to the divine tree faith in historical records, dating from around the middle of the Kamakura period. There, it is written that a peculiar monk donning multiple masks and measuring over 10 shaku, approximately 3 meters, in height, visited Abisugaoka, a frankly ridiculous overstatement. That monk brought people to a great cedar tree, later to be idolized in the divine tree faith, and told them the following. You who fear the water dragon's wrath, quake no more, for the beast grows weak and prepares for slumber. It is none other than this great tree that has sapped the evil from it. Devote yourselves to the great tree, and it shall keep that beast subdued until the end of time. Upon hearing the monk's words, the people of Abisugaoka abandoned the water dragon faith and converted to the divine tree faith. However, in time, the divine tree faith would also begin to change. Being a settlement hidden away from society, the residents had no way for trading with the outside world, and so they were forced to treat their tools with extra care. It was from this unique culture that the Tsukumogami faith was born. Local historic records state that old tools would be brought to the hollows of the divine tree and offered to the gods, once again further warping the religion. Between 3-meter-tall monks, giant sacred cedars, and dragons, do humans simply sense divine presence in anything larger than themselves? How utterly ridiculous. Why is this called a Diary of Revenge, though? The Omamori Rabbit Charm. Press heavy attack immediately after performing a perfect dodge to deal a powerful counter.
Yosh.
Nice, indeed, Yosh. I might rock that one, actually. I'm fine to take off the health charm because we have a lot of healing items to compensate. I'm really interested in a perfect dodge heavy attack counter. That sounds really exciting. A room full of these, not as exciting. But a Diary of Revenge, I guess that's sort of talking more about, you know, old tools in the tree leading towards some form of sword-related ending. Letter from Sakuko to Hinako. I also think that maybe the Diary of Revenge is written by Sakuko as well because of the bunny rabbit charm. Hinako, has anyone tried to rope you into playing the Fox's Sacrifice game before? You basically just write a bunch of names on the blackboard and the fox will tell everyone's future. One of those people will also be granted good luck. But this isn't just some childish game. There are spiritual powers at work here, mark my words. And the fox isn't telling people their futures, it's deciding them for itself. You have to promise me you won't join in, even as a joke, even if you don't believe it yourself, please? Oh my god. Okay, the window is shut. Not the Kitsune song. Hate this. Alright, I'm now going to read this. Hinako, Kimie, Kanta, Sachi, Sakuko, Rinko, Shu, and Kotoyuki. The Fox's Sacrifice? Oh, ooh, hey man, I don't know who's playing here, but it's not me. I don't want to play this game. I'm the first name. Alright, you want me to look at the origami on the floor? All good? I can't look at all of you at the same time. Just none of you come alive. Origami of Fox Prayers. To the revered Fox, my ancestor, I thank you for your divine revelation. Your will shall be done. To the revered fox, my ancestor. Oh, ah. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Hinako disappeared. Kimie, cancer. Kanta, heart disease. Sachi, cancer. Sakuko, heart attack. Rinko, burned to death. Shu, suffocation. Kotoyuki, wishes will come true. Everyone's name is crossed out, but Kotoyuki's. So I think is Kotoyuki's voice what was just singing the Kitsune song and saying like, Fox, my ancestor. And I think this is the kid that Hinako saved at the park and then eventually moves away. I think that's where we're at. The fact that Sakuko has a heart attack due to her fear of the dark, Rinko is burned to death, Shu is suffocated, right? At least in the visual representation of what we saw. How those events might have actually happened, I don't know. But Kotoyuki's wishes come true. While everybody dies of cancer, heart attacks, or burning to death. Oh my god. And Hinako is spirited away. Unreal. And it's not your future being told to you. It is the fox deciding your future. Kotoyuki wishes will come true. And Kotoyuki said, oh, hey, you know what? I wish for a nice wife. You know, maybe one that saves me if I need it. And will be willing to cut off an arm or a face for me. Damn. That is one hell of a new room. The radio's still making noise. Is that intentional? Okay, I don't think so. I'm gonna go. That is one hell of a new room to be added. Especially, you know, one of the more rewarding moments of, hey, what's going on in this game? Oh my god, is the key not here? Is it because I haven't read the information about the key being out here yet? I haven't actually seen it. Oh my god. That might legitimately be what it is. I may just... I'm out here without being able to grab the key. No way. Alright, hold on. Maybe that's why the big boy wasn't out here yet? Might have moved the key to a different location just to fuck with me. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back in, and then I'm gonna have to remind myself. Why is it like the lighting? Oh my god! I'm gonna have to remind myself where to go. Wasn't the thing? There's a drawing about the principal. Maybe it's on a board here. Hold on. No, because it was, I think we read about it. Oh, there it is. It's here. Chrysanthemums grown by our very own Vice Principal have won the Governor's Prize. Did you know that Vice Principal Matsuo has a green thumb? His exquisite chrysanthemums took the top prize in their category at the Floriculture Fair held by the Prefectural Council. If you haven't already, take this opportunity to admire the Vice Principal's masterfully pruned flower displays on the school grounds. Now, is that really the key to getting the key? I guess so. Which is pretty funny. So now the giant creature might actually be out there. Let me go donate some stuff to the old shrine real quick, because we've got to grab a couple of things out there. Damn, I wish I could hold more than a few weapons. Just, you know, let me store them in my invisible inventory. Once we get an Emma... Man, I'm almost tempted to go for another Omamori slot at this point. Alright, we'll grab the offering from outside. Okay. Now that we're out here, maybe it's when I pick up the key, we'll start to see some of these come to life and attack me. I should grab a heavy weapon. I should grab the hammer, because the heavy weapon is nice. Just, oh my god, it feels like painful. Alright, I'm gonna grab the key. If these come alive and fight me, I could at least capitalize on the weapon durability, and then I'll grab the hammer. Oh my god, what are you doing to me? I read the thing in the key. Okay, so maybe the key is just located at a different collection of these flowers. This is funny. Alright. You're messing with my New Game Plus brain. It's the part of the brain that's supposed to go, haha, I've done this before, I know where to go. Oh my god. And they're here this time. Great. Alright. They did move it, so I don't think I needed to see that note. It was just there in a different spot. Main building, 2F stair key. Ah. Oh, jeez. Well, that's on me for looking the wrong way. You know what? We're going to have to just say goodbye to the sledgehammer, okay? Because Big Boy was summoned right in front of it. I see you with that blade. How did you still get me? How did you still get me? Okay. All good. So... Alright. The change has occurred. The change has occurred. We're going upstairs. Where did we go upstairs in my first playthrough? That staircase? Or the staircase at the back? I think it was the other one. Can't exactly remember. I'm gonna go up this staircase after donating this carcass. If we get into combat with the pipe, we'll end up throwing the pipe away, and we'll maybe work our way back outside and get that sledgehammer. I think the very funny thing about enshrining objects is if you genuinely miss the aimer, if you do not get the extra one, then it's just a complete waste of time. Obviously, it's just you're not using the items. They're just taking up space in your inventory. But it wholly relies on you actually finding the aimer. Alright, my old classroom in there. That'll be where we have to do the puzzle box. We got the names crossed out here. 4th place, Asakura Ayumi, 479 points. I have to remember each and everyone's names for the codes. I remember that we've got SOS with 505 as one of them. And then I'll just be able to consult my notes for the rest. Okay, my old classroom time. Anything new in here?
何？
Shu sat here, still the best partner, right? We have a radio in here. I sat here and behind me was Rinko. She used to give me the right answers. Okay. No new notes from what I can see, but we are at puzzle box time. Hinako isn't coming. I'm sorry for lying to you, but I thought that I needed to get you alone to find out how you truly feel. Do you remember that day when it was just the two of us at that cafe? We talked about how it felt like we were delinquents since we were going to school that day. But you know what? I didn't care what the other people thought about us, because as long as I could spend time with you, that was all I needed. We both ordered the same cake that day. I can still remember how my heart almost burst out of my chest the moment the same words flowed from those lips. The sweet and tart fruit on the cake, the taste still lingers in my mouth like it was yesterday. Do you still remember the taste as well? So that's the same description as last time.
なんか違うな。
It's the same description in regards to the tart. However, we can't slide out the ones on the very top here. It only is letting me select the brown wood, so that is the only difference. Well, if we're doing sweet and tart, then we're only picking the fruits. Nope.
反応なしか。
Hold on. Interesting. All right, hold on. What is going on? I can only select these. I can't select... Oh, hold on. Rotating. We got to do two sides. Okay. Hold a second. I changed what I was doing. All right, slide those, rotate it. Eggplant. Yummy eggplant sushi cake. Okay. Sweet and tart, baby. So you did remember. Well, that makes me feel very special. By the way, are you over Hinako now? I apologize if I sound blunt, but I want to make it clear that girl is dead. I know you're going through a rough time right now, and you must be in so much pain, but you know I can be there for you. I can picture us slowly unfolding the pages of our hearts, talking about the small, mundane details of our day-to-day lives. Okay, so this is also blank page. The puzzle isn't any different, but it's how, I guess, you select them, which is the thing. This seems much easier as a result, I suppose. I guess it's even easier when you know what you're looking for. Unopened envelope. I'm glad to hear that you're trying to stay positive, and remember, I'll always be here for you if you ever need anything. You know, you're not the only one who's sad because Hinako's no longer with us. If the two of us could huddle together, we could soothe the pain that bites us like the cold of winter, and then surely spring will arrive, welcoming us with sakura in full bloom to celebrate our union. It's obviously very funny how different a puzzle like this is when you have, you know, you've solved it once. I'm honestly genuinely a little bit surprised. Because this feels like way more simple. But I guess the fact is it didn't really change. I guess it doesn't really need to change much. Not every single puzzle, but there you go. Dear Shu, I like you, I love you, I always have and I always will. I'll be waiting to hear what you think about me. And the second floor classroom generic key. Shu hasn't read this letter. Here's a dead bird on the table. Guess that's Rinko and Shu sitting under an umbrella. Kissing.
どこに行ったかと思えばこんなところにいたのね。
Oh yes, the scene with my sister. This is new.
どこ
Or has something new in it.
お友達と楽しく過ごせた？ならそろそろお支度をなさい。もうお友達とはお別れの時間よ。
お姉ちゃん
あなたが殺すのもあなたの手で。それができるからここへ来たのでしょう。
それってどういう
Was it the "you're going to kill them with your own bare hands" the new dialogue, I think. Do the friends attend the wedding and then end up dying at that event, you know? Like when Hinako kind of loses herself, goes on this murderous rampage. It could be a form of suffocation, heart attack, and
じゃない前
burning
生きてる
that isn't, you know, necessarily as gruesome as what we witness in the Dark Shrine, but it could be instead like Shu choked on the goddamn wedding cake out of fear, and Sakuko had a heart attack after being thrown in the trunk of the just married car. And Rinko tripped and fell on the celebratory bonfire. Am I crazy? Or was there a puppet scarecrow that goes there? Maybe it's after we come out of this classroom. Alright, time to go into some generic classrooms. What are we doing in the generic classrooms again? I think we just get our notes about trying to find the solutions to the locker puzzles. And the old annex main gate key. Ayumi from the track and field club said she found a key with keybox written on it during practice, and she left it in her locker when she went to change. She looked exhausted after practice. So I think we will take this, open the annex, get the key to the key box. And hear the wind outside. Ah, now you're there. Liar, 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 liar. Origami of grievances. TT is the most disgusting person I've ever met. I wish someone would destroy her locker. If anyone wants to make my wish come true, her locker combination is 377. What are you doing walking in here? Oh, no. 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 I want to actually, you know what? I want to get a perfect dodge so I can do my cool little counter thing. Is this where we try it? Oh god, it's going to be the worst to try and like intentionally get my perfect dodge in. Especially on an enemy that I haven't actually... This is an enemy that I'm not super adept at fighting either. Man. Maybe I should equip the Omamori for increasing my dodge timing, because they would also go quite well together. Let's take off the... Oh, you cannot change it during combat. But of course. I dodged, then I pressed the heavy attack, and it dodged a second time? What? There it is. Nice. There, nice, nice, nice. I had to press it twice. It didn't respond the first time. Bro. Okay, well, we've seen it. Yeah, that is powerful. There you go. Yeah, the counter was one hit, and then a second heavy attack was the kill. I'm not going to intentionally try and do it, you know? But if I get a perfect dodge, I'll get that counter, and that'll feel awesome. That'll feel super cool and awesome. Oh, right. It just opens a little bit, doesn't it?
陸上部が懐かしい。
You've got a blade in your hand, which means I can't trust you. All right. You're not telling me the name? Ayumi. God. Suga Yoshi is 505, right? That's our SOS.
これって
And then TT is 377. Is that not in here as well? It's over here. So 377. And the only one that I do not remember, which is on other notes. Oh.
こんなとこに置いとくなんて。
Is this one. What was the deal? What was the deal? Let me try and remember. Egg anymore. Oh my god. This one is actually different. Oh, because this is the only one that you have to open, isn't it? They've changed it. Okay. So I won't be able to figure out what that is without a clue. It's not egg. Which means we'll have to go to the annex and figure it out that way. So let's take the sacrifices to the shrine. I was like looking through notes or trying to remember, and I'm like, egg. 399. So we had a 377 and a 399. We are getting close to actually having another Omamori slot. Which reminds me, I think I will get rid of decreasing my max sanity, because it's only slightly, and we've got enough sanity restoring items that we're not using. So I'm going to... Perfect dodges become easier to perform. And also... restoring health after each successful encounter would be a great thing to pair with it, but we don't need to do that. We don't need to be doing that. We have too many healing items. We have 3 first aid kits right now, 5 bandages, 2 of those jelly things. Annex time. I have to see if we have new documents to read. Note between lovers, Miki. I have absolutely no idea how that crazy formula spells Aisiteru, but I love you too. So we'll start getting, I guess, this version of trying to decipher the code. Asa, Kura, Ayumi, row 4, Line 2. Asakura's textbook. I'm a tortoise. The bus is calling out to me. I didn't get the news that school would be so far away. Bus. Bus, the best thing in the world. I love it so much that I made it my locker combination. And there you go. What's a U? S is 5, B would be 8. What's a U in regards to the numbers? I guess it would just be like a 0. It's the closest thing that could visually look like a U. So childish. Origami of grievances. Oh, I wish I could just climb inside his locker and drown in his smell. So these notes are still lingered for you to find again. Even though they are the same codes. Bus being the only different one. We start getting attacked only when we go in and out of this classroom, I think. I don't even think we need to go in these classrooms because we've already solved the code. You know how it works? It's the code for Baka, so you know, stupid. Girl code is based off the alphabet. Switch the letters. Oh no, yeah, they decided to put 6 as U, didn't they? That's right. They decided to make 6U because it doesn't really look like anything. So bus is 865. It is worth coming in here. Radio time. Rinko, a little bit jealous. Alright, now we get attacked. What? What? Swear we got attacked in that annex. At least in the first playthrough we did. Bus 865. Key cabinet key. Aha. One of you wants to fight, huh? Oh my jeez. Oh no. Oh, dude, I'm so... My dude. Dude, being stun locked just there and then doing a perfect dodge was fucking crazy, and then still getting hit. Oh my god. Okay, I have the key to the mountains. Let's... Oh, do I try go get the sledgehammer? I can't believe that those enemies just disappeared once I got the key. That's crazy. Oh, I can't get the... Okay. Too late. Can't go get the sledgehammer anymore. We're closed off. Alright, just a quick little encounter that made us use the first aid kit. So a couple of new things in the school. No new cutscenes there either. And then we go rest here, and now it's Dark Shrine time.
魂を奪われた私だ。今度は私が君の魂を救い、古き君の命を奪おう。 無理しなくていい。まだ休んでいるといい。
Wait, what the fuck?
起きられます。
辛い儀式だったろう。よく耐えた。よく頑張ってくれたね、ひなこ。さあ、先に進もう。
You know what's fucking insane here is I'm like, we skipped ahead a little bit there, you know? Yeah, skipped ahead a little bit there. Hey, last thing I remember, I was pouring hot lava in my mouth and I woke up and now I have done the mask, back, and arm routine. So they're giving us this now, which means what the fuck? Which means what's going to happen after? When starting the game from a completed file, using an offering that recovers sanity will also fill up the Kudzu seal. When starting the game from a completed file, Soul Siphon will be available, will be able to affect multiple inanimate enemies in a small area. Wow. We've just been given Fox Arm early, and there are improvements to it as well. But also, what? That is going to be crazy, because what's going to happen in those later scenes? You know what I mean? When we go through that process. That's crazy. Holy shit. This is maybe one more of the, like, significant changes, because this is pulling in a story moment from the Dark Shrine much earlier. Crazy. Okay. This is done. So we'll fill this out. Just because I want to get rid of the notifications on my screen. Now, do we get more information here that we didn't have before? So the Inari Sama of Abisugaoka has been the guardian deity that has protected this town since the old days, but they can be capricious at times. Sometimes they'll turn into a fox and steal chickens and dried persimmons. Other times they'll play tricks on children who don't listen to their parents. I also heard that when they fall in love with a woman they find desirable, they spirit her away to be their bride. I think... Did we not get that information first go around? Shu watched this movie when he was young and came up with the Space Wars game we used to play. I watched it back then too because my dad dragged me to see it. I don't have any memories of that time, but according to my dad, it scared me so much I couldn't stop crying for days. Okay, no updates to characters. Yeah, this is huge. That has me anticipating the later portion of the Dark Shrine so much more now to see what it's going to be like replaced with. I had to do a double take, so I was like, did I? I was like, what? It kind of makes sense when you now rewatch the first playthrough scene and she's like walking in this very like dazed state. And I'm like, God damn, what did you put in that drink? And then in New Game Plus, we're walking through and we look like this. So no more of that ceremonial knife, no more of that cool little, that weapon we got. We beast mode straight away. Does that mean they're going to add like are we adding the mechanics of like the focusing on walls? We're going to have new walls to go into? I ain't see shit. Right, this is bedroom time. No shit, yeah.
これは
Alright, so we're at bedrooms and then also opening the doors. My favorite. Surely there's got to be an aimer in here for me. Hey, you got an aimer in here for me? I'm gonna need one. I might have missed one in the school.
咲子の
Do we have new notes to read? Sakuku's diary. I had a strange dream. It was about a very old sword, one that was cursed, steeped in evil energy. The sword must be the source of the corrupt god's power, I am sure of it. But because the sword itself is divine, it can't be destroyed. However, if someone were to purify it, then surely the corrupt god could be weakened. If the sword can be submerged in the elixir that exorcises evil spirits, then it could be used to sever the strings that control those who roam lost through the fog. You better not be changing any of the ways that we interact with these puzzles, man. I love that we're stronger though. We don't even, so what's cool about this is we can actually wipe out these enemies outside of the safe rooms because we can soul siphon at this point in time. Soul siphon. Might even be beneficial to do the soul siphon as well, because then I get to fill up my meter even more. Is this my locker? Even if we don't necessarily find anything new here, it's just interesting from a gameplay perspective how this entirely shifts. We go through it much stronger. I appreciate that though. I like it when there's like New Game Plus things that like make it even less tedious. Gonna get my ass kicked by this creature. I don't know if there's going to be a note or anything for me to find in that room either that could be new. Is it worth it? Is it worth it, we ask ourselves. Okay, gotta wait for both of these enemies to be on one side. I guess that's close enough. Close enough, I guess. Yeah, excuse me. Gonna go run back to my starting room now. Oh my! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, and he's in before I could do the door. Oh no. Oh no. There's two of them in here. Oh no. Just, whoa. And then we're gonna quickly do this. Oh no, shut the door. No! No! That's gonna summon another one. Okay, hold on. Oh no, hold on. I got this. I gotta shut you guys out. I'm so sorry, but you guys need to leave. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. You be staying here. I gotta be leaving you behind. You must know. Oh no, I ran out. No, push it. Oh, it's just not happening, is it? It's not in the cards, dude. It's not in the cards. Oh, we're not doing good today. Oh, we're not doing good today. Not doing good today. We're rushing. We're rushing. Oh, I'm just gonna go hide in here, and then you guys have to go away. You guys now have to go. Legally, you've got to leave. Pages from an observation log. Hey, Mr. Rabbit, guess what? I've decided today I'm giving you a new name. The handwriting here is erratic, as if the writer was overcome with emotion. Your new name is Hinako. Got it? Hinako. Don't you think it's super cute? It's the same name as that awful, horrible, mean, cruel Hinako who left me all by herself and went far, far away. I hate her. I know why she threw me away. It's because I'm dark and sad and mean. Dang it, I forgot the stuff I needed to cut off Hinako's arms and legs. Oh well, I'll just cut her into tiny pieces tomorrow. So it's like Hinako who left me all by myself. So Hinako who gets taken and spirited away. And then as a result, Sakuko just goes insane. We're torturing rabbits now? Because I got stolen by the fox? Alright. Those crazy, crazy monsters, they're going to go back to their respective areas, I hope. And I'm going to continue wandering around. Hey there. Oh no, a new one. Oh no, a new one. Hello. Oh, another new one. Ah! Ah! Ooh, I'm being out of stamina. So good. All right. Let's fight, shall we? So let's restore our sanity with a Ramune, and then that'll fill up our little meter. So we can go beast mode in a sec. Never mind. This is me going beast mode. Oh, you're gonna regret this. Oh, I'm gonna make you regret this. Beast mode. Get the fuck out. Okay. I dealt with that problem. I think we go through there at the end. So we're going to do this first. Making light work of these areas. Hey there. Nice. Full stamina bar is enough to get the kill. Sakuko's dream. Letter of concern. Dear Hinako, good luck and bad luck are two sides of the same coin. For one person, today could be lucky, but for someone else, it might be the opposite. Right now, a bright sun shines upon you, but that sun also makes your shadow very long and dark. Dark shadows draw evil toward them. I really don't want to send you a letter like this on your special day, but I just couldn't get it off my mind. I sense that your fortune has taken a turn for the worse. There's just something not right about the sun and the shadow that surrounds you. Where are you, Hinako? It should be a day for celebration, yet you're... And the note was left unfinished and crumpled up. Sakuko's diary. Grandpa is saying that he will let the shrine come to an end after his generation. Not many people bother visiting such a small, insignificant shrine. It seems nobody wants to go to the effort of coming all the way here to pray to Inari-sama. There are Hakora and statues dedicated to Inari-sama all over town anyway. Older folks just go wherever's closest to them to pray. There's no reason for them to come to this shrine. But if there were more devout worshippers, if people held more respect for the shrine, then maybe Senensugi Shrine could be restored to its former glory. Are these just events unfolding as the gods have planned, just like Grandpa always says? Does Senensugi Shrine no longer serve a purpose? No, it simply can't be true. I've heard how the gods weep. Yeah, about that. Look at all this faith I have. I'm so good with my faith. If only there was an aimer that would present itself in a very obvious open space for me to not miss. Okay. Is this going to be different? Sheet of fine paper. Two must face each other as one to pray for mutual prosperity. Those who do shall lift their heads to level height, as if they were reflections in a mirror as custom dictates. With the shading of light, shall you condemn the past to the dark. So, make statues facing each other while also engaging with the light and shadow. Two must face each other as one to pray for mutual prosperity. Those who do shall lift their heads to level height, as if they were reflections in a mirror. With the shading of light, you shall condemn the past to the dark. So we need two to be facing each other at a level height. I think we have to make I think this has to be high enough for it to open so I can get what it is as well. So it does need to be lifted up. But that is not what we're looking for because it is not open. So maybe we'll have the rabbits face each other and the foxes look away. Pretty sure this bunny definitely needs to be this way. There we go. So that was both foxes facing that direction, both rabbits facing that direction. Gotcha. The Talon lampshade. The restraint lampshade. Time to face your fear of the dark. Okay, we have a new cutscene here. Jesus. Actually kind of crazy how these scenes feel so different with Hinako in more of a fox form. It just has way much more of a complete like separation of identity. Like it isn't Hinako looking at them doing these things and saying goodbye to her friends anymore. It is just already someone that is taken and different performing these actions. Obtained after bidding farewell to Sakuko. It seems to be able to open a door somewhere and it's much bigger than a normal key. Hey man, I think those monsters that we didn't kill, I think they're angry, dude. One key in. Time to go pay a visit to Rinko. We're about to get some nice crazy delusions in the candy store.
Hinako, 今日は一段と綺麗だね。
Just need to remind myself this time. Like, now I need the reminder of where to go. I think we can just... We can just start with this door because this one's already open. I don't remember going through here. Did I go through here before? Yeah. No, I do remember going through here. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ain't nothing like an enemy in a particular spawn point to remind you that you have been somewhere before. It's very funny. I'm like, have I been here? Oh, yeah. No, wait. Hold on. That was this was open with the fox key? Oh no, wait. This is a new room. No. Have we been here before? I think we've been here before and the door was closed because you couldn't open it because we didn't have the brooch. But I haven't been in this room. Goddamn. Unfinished letter. My future friend, spring unfurls around me in vivid color as I write you this letter. Upon your arrival, you may bear anxiety about your new life. The slightest remembrance of your old home may call tears to your eyes like it once did to mine. The scent of ripe plums joins with warbler's birdsong in bittersweet union. Memories that call me home to a mountain village spring. Everywhere I turn, I am met with splendor. The sound of chirping warblers, the smell of sweet plums. I am certain that this land, though new to you, shall become a place of respite and tranquility. You and I call the same village home, so please share with me whatever weighs on your mind. I am eager to hear your stories of home, and together we... There's my aimer. Let's fucking go. A perspective on hierogamy. The other day, my honorable father-in-law told me that fate had smiled upon me, that my blood had been blessed by the stars. If I attempt to interpret his words, I can only understand them to mean that he believes that an intervention of good fortune or coincidence allowed me to be so connected with this house. However, I do not believe he meant to humble me with his words. Instead, I think his words should be taken more literally. My very blood was favored by fate. In the world of mortals, there exist rare individuals who possess non-ABO blood types, so maybe having blood that was blessed by the stars simply means that I was born with a rare mutation. After all, there are many variations, some of which are as uncommon as 1 in 100,000 people. Perhaps when a human child who possesses blood that contains the power to deepen the bond between mortals and gods is born into a village, they are selected as a candidate for a hierogamous marriage. If such is the case, then it would explain why such partnerships are so infrequent. I wonder who shall be next to be welcomed into this world. If it is another child beloved by fate, then I would like to do all in my power to help their transition into a new life. Mayumi. The Omamori Swallow. Performing a counter without using focus increases damage inflicted, stacks up to 5 times, and resets when damage is taken. Damn. Just, if you be nailing those counters, just like normal counters and even those perfect dodge ones, that's real cool to put together. So we have, if we decrease our focus time and put on the Omamori Swallow, easier to perform dodge, heavy attack perfect dodge counter, increased damage. Same with those normal counters. Just straight up becoming a damage dealing god. Let's see how well those 3 complement each other. This is my favorite kind of New Game Plus, right? It's my favorite kind of New Game Plus because you have the traditional NG Plus experience, which is, hey, it's the same game. This game you're playing, same one. And we know that. They go, hey, you want to play it again, but you keep your stats? All good. Have fun, right? Just the very bare minimum of replayability, right? But when there is a game that implements New Game Plus in a way that they're like, hey, what if you played it again, but it was like intentional and it layered more things for you to experience, which is genuinely one of the best ways to handle New Game Plus, because a normal replay, you will feel different things, you will have more information than you did naturally, right? You know more about how the game plays, you know about the story, you can start seeing like foreshadowing or really like looking into, you have a whole different perspective, literally, going into a replay, because you're like, whoa, this was done here at this point, and you had no idea yet because there hadn't been like a reveal or something. Taking that experience and then elevating it by actually layering in brand new things, which is also enhanced by what you know the first time around. It's great. It does encourage replayability it obviously upsets people that love to just, they play a game and they go, oh, good, game done, on to the next one, you know? And in an age of consumption where it's like we are just always like, I finished my show, let's watch the next show. I finished this movie, on to the next movie. Like, it's always like consuming, and it's less about spending time in the world and the thing that someone has created. And this is the really tough battle that is getting harder and harder by people telling stories and creating media these days is, can you keep their attention? Can you keep them locked in, or do they just really struggle with, oh, I'm just going to play the game once and move on, you know? It's a tough line to balance, especially in a horror game, because a lot of people, they go, fuck, glad that's over. I survived the horror game. See you later. You know, to ask them to go through the horror game again is already a tough challenge. So it's like hiding some very rewarding story content for people that can manage it, you know, not only to replay a game where people just want to move on to the next game, but to also do it in a horror game and want to keep them motivated to do so. So it's very cool.
ファッション誌リンコの部屋
So we've had a few games on the channel that have been that type of New Game Plus experience, and I just think it's awesome. So I will always be someone who wants to spend time in a world that I enjoy. And, you know, the primary goal of starting this channel was to work through the backlog, obviously. So I am in that consumption train of, I'm playing so many games that I've always wanted to play, but I don't rush them. And that's the key distinction. And sometimes I might not feel like replaying or, you know, going through something, and that's so fine. But I think I do it justice. So this is one of those times where I want to replay it and I want to keep going, and because this is my type of New Game Plus experience. But that's my little yap. It is a shame of, like, you know, people wanting to layer more information or make a game replayable, especially a single player game, having replayability, not just for the sake of enjoying the game, but also story, and trying to be like, don't go. Don't just see the credits one time and leave. What if there was more? So, because you can't just simply make the game bigger or add all of that stuff early, because the angle of like withholding certain elements for the sake of the narrative is, you know, a nice trope that I do like, when they're like, here's some information that isn't being told to you at this point. And video games are so unique in that sense, because you can't do that in a book. You're not going to be like, here's the New Game Plus book. Can't do it in a movie, you know, like, to do it in a TV show or film, you would have to then make a whole other show or film that is like, this is set during the same events, but it's different. In a game, you have the ability to replay the same content, but they can then start pulling back the curtain on things in ways that is unique only to a video game. And that's the really special thing. It's a unique concept, the New Game Plus, you know? Anyway, let's read. Rinko's Secret Journal. I wish I could live in a world where it's just Shu and me, but I don't mean that I want the rest of the town to disappear. No, what I truly want is a world where Shu and I can bask together in the spotlight, with everyone else standing in the background as our supporting characters. I don't suppose there's a spell I could cast that could create such a dream world. Yes, it's called the movie Obsession. It doesn't work out very well. Really depends on the wording of the wish, doesn't it? Rinko collects dolls? So now we got to look at the dolls and go, oh, it's melting face. Melting face. Oh, wait, does this... Hang on, I forgot. Does this change each time? Hold on. Does this change each time? I think I'm catching myself again. I need to remind myself, because we did this last time. I didn't realize the room was changing because I was just tunnel visioning the dolls. Hold the phone. Crumpled letter. Sorry, I know this must seem like it's coming out of nowhere, but what exactly is Hinako to you? Are you two just friends, or are you more than friends? I want to tell you the truth. I know none of this is my business, but could you keep your distance from Shu? People tend to get the wrong idea when boys and girls our age spend too much time together, and you don't want to cause any issues for Shu, do you? You should really think more about how you behave. You're nothing but a fly. All you do is get in the way, get lost, or at the very least shut your trap and stop bothering others, and quit buzzing around Shu all the damn time. Looks like the writer was trying to change their handwriting. To be like, I can't let her know that it was me. Oh. And then more of these crumpled letters on the ground before I flip another doll around. Rinko's secret journal. I wish I could live in a world where it's just Shu and me, but I don't mean that I want the rest of the town to disappear. It's a new version of the secret journal. No, what I truly want is a world where that nasty little cockroach named Hinako who's always crawling around Shu is gone. I don't care how it happens. She can die in an accident or some rare disease. Hell, she can just move to some far-off country for all I care. I just want her gone forever. Why won't any of the gods answer my prayers? Damn. Die in an accident, some rare disease, or move to some far-off country for all I care. And here's me theorizing throughout the first playthrough of like, do we have like these painkillers, these headaches? Do we have these, disgusting, things that look like tumors throughout the world? All of this disgusting fleshy growth. Are we, taking painkillers for these headaches because we actually have like a disease? Do we have a condition? Do we have cancer? And is it manifesting in this way that it's affecting our mental state, actual literal brain fog? And then also moving to some far off country. Well, you got your wish. Seems like I was getting spirited away. So we got one crumpled letter and we got secret diary. So maybe those are the two things that appear by spinning a doll. Let's spin another one. Spin that doll! Get yourself a fox medallion. Now. Hey, what are we doing here? Ugh. Alright, ready? The counters are gonna go crazy. Watch this. He says that the damage bonus is reset. Oh, that was a counter opportunity. All right, this is not going to go down well. You know what? Oh my god. Oh, I pressed RB. Damn. All right, hold on a sec. Let's redo this. Let's reset, guys. What? Man, I did not press. I'm not pressing it quick enough then. How's that not? How is what? Yo. So not only did my counter not work, my heavy perfect dodge counter also didn't work. Dude, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm not dead. That's crazy. That's insane. God damn it, dude. Hey, you know that whole like counter damage stack thing? Pack it up, buddy. Pack it up. That ain't happening. Fuck's sake. So close to death, but I hold on through sheer force of will. That's unfortunate. I'm not pressing counter quick enough with R1 in those moments when I'm seeing the flash without focusing. And then we got the perfect dodge, and I think I did a light attack instead of a heavy attack. Bummer, dude. Oh! Ultra instinct. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Insane. All right, take that. Sorry, I can't hear you. Flipping switches. So we'll then go into the bottom one over there. That'll be the next one, which is the candy shop. Dun, 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 as we all know. Honestly, it's okay to get hit a couple of times, you know? Because it actually gets us to use the fucking healing items. Oh my god, that shot, dude. Ooh, the posture of this goddamn doll was perfect there. Holy shit. Just the way that she's bent over with the head poking around the corner. Amazing. But yeah, Rinko, I've got it all. I've got a Fox Arm, I can do Soul Siphon, I got Spartan Rage. It's all good. All I had to do was cut my whole face off. Gotta save my Spartan Rage for the big stuff, man.
Chizuru 手放すんだ。進まなきゃ。先に。
This is one of my favorite areas. Not this specific one in the Dark Shrine version, but just the fact that they created the candy store, because it's like one of the most detailed houses or like little buildings. Because of everything that's in here, and you barely see it. But I love looking at all the little details with the treats. Rinko's Childhood Diary. Today I brought all my friends candy from the candy store. It's a lot more fun to eat with friends than to eat alone. That's my ray gun to fight the aliens. Got my Call of Duty World at War. Fox Origami. The handwriting here is erratic. Hinako, why are you here? This was supposed to be my chance to talk to Shu alone. Why the hell are you here? Why the hell are you cozying up next to Shu like that's where you belong? And the cherry on top, Sakuko decided to tag along too, just because of you. But I can forgive her. I mean, she did me the favor of dying soon enough anyway. How long are you going to keep living for? You're already dead. Quit haunting Abisugaoka like some pathetic ghost. Wow. The way that like reinterprets that meeting between the four of them before that goes down, and she's like, oh, died soon enough anyway. There's almost an element of the New Game Plus starts pushing a focus on Rinko here, where you go, did she, you know, did her prayers and wishes and all of these sort of things with the fox origami, does that also have a part to play? It's just one of those many beautiful things about like the interpretation of this game and its characters and this setting is there's so many actual different avenues that could have resulted in everything that's going on here. It's like sort of an amalgamation of everything, like jealous, hateful friends' prayers to a god, us protecting someone from a fox or like protecting the fox, sort of the interaction with tradition, with religion versus modern medicine is just so cool. It's one of those peak forms of art that is just purely based on interpretation. It's so good. And do not allow me to get killed by this stinky candy shop owner creature. Is there a second one? Oh my god! Run! Stop getting fucking stun locked. This game is shocking. Oh my god, I'm just trying to appreciate the artwork, bro, and you gotta kill me like that? Oh my god, and I'm dead. You gonna do me like that? Fucking so fucking annoying. It's so easy to get stun locked, and that pisses me off because as soon as you're getting hit, if you're getting stuck in that combo move, it's over for you. How about fuck you? Anyway, hey man, art and the interpretive nature of video games is so cool, isn't it? Hey, don't hit me, fuck you. Don't hit me while I'm appreciating your game. All right, let's have this shit ready to go. Maybe don't go too close to that door. And it looks like this dude's gonna open with a counterable attack. And I can't counter it, even though I immediately pressed RB. It's also fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy, man. I don't even trust countering these attacks anymore, man. I don't even trust it. I'm having more reliability with a perfect dodge counter than I am normally. Ready? Here we go. Dude! What's the... Whoa! What's happening? I'm gonna get a successful counter. Watch this. Here we go. Okay, kind of. It finally worked. Except I did it on a different creature. Oh my god. The mixture of the perfect dodge R2 and the normal R2 counter is just, maybe that's just messing with me a bit. Oh, hang on. Oh shit, I gotta read that. I might be... I'm using a different controller at the moment as well, by the way, and that might be contributing, where I think I'm pressing... I think I'm pressing R2, and I'm just not doing it correctly, which is annoying. I know I have to press R2 to counter, but I'm gonna just have to change how I'm holding it, because I was getting too much stick drift on the old DualSense, and I love the DualSense. This is my third one. Well, actually, technically, this DualSense is my original first controller, which I went back to because the two that I bought after started getting a shitty left thumbstick. I'm now actually using the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller instead, which feels really nice. It's not as tactile. You know, the triggers are obviously they don't have that cool haptic feedback that I like. I think that the DualSense controller is kind of my favorite controller. My favorite one next to the Xbox Series X one, because like those are two perfect controllers for me. But I'm using this one for a bit. I might be a sucker who ends up getting another DualSense controller. We'll see. We will see. But I think that might be just fucking with the button presses that I'm having at the moment, so forgive me. Sakuko's dream is to restore this shrine to its former glory, but would such a thing even be possible? I can't really imagine the town's elderly residents climbing all the way up here. People used to worship the 1,000-year cedar. Now they pray at the Inari statues. I'm starting to think that rather than some revered god, maybe we humans hold more power because we choose which god to worship. Where is my documents at? All right, another fox origami. All of a sudden, the town was enveloped in a thick fog. Everywhere I looked, I saw strange monsters. I could only bring myself to sit inside my empty house, alone and shaking. That's when Shu came and rescued me. After that, it didn't matter how terrifying the outside world was, so long as I was able to spend some time alone with Shu. Hinako, why are you here? This was supposed to be my chance to talk to Shu alone. Why the hell are you here, and why the hell are you cozying up next to Shu? Like, that's where you belong. So, I like how this is a different fox origami, right? But it really fits in with this one as well. But then I realized that cockroach Hinako was with him. What are the odds? Just die, you pest. You don't belong in this town anymore. Did you forget that? Yummy lolly. Rinko's childhood diary. Today, I bought all my friends candy from the candy store. Everyone was slobbering all over the snacks and thanking me again and again. It reminded me of the time I fed fish at the park, the way their mouths gaped wide as they begged for food. What a bunch of idiots. And that poor as dirt Hinako, all it took was one piece of cheap candy to have her following me around like a dog. It's almost cute how stupid she is. A cockroach like her deserves to die. Hey man, like, thanks for the candy, I guess. Hope it's not evil candy. Hope it's not evil candy with hateful intent. God damn, Rinko. Yeah, just remember, the next time someone's giving you a candy, they're doing it with spite and hate in their heart. Sorry, what did you say? Can't hear you. Putting a medallion in the thing that puts you in the lava. Putting the thing in where you get dunked. Hey, we can, you can swap if you like. Getting dunked in there, all the nerve endings completely gone, probably in an instant, vaporized and disintegrated. Or would you like to cut your arm off, get burned, and have your face cut off, and then continue to exist as this? I can't decide what I would prefer. Probably not what I'm doing right now. All right, into the last room. So we need to have... How do we do this? We open up the... I need to open the red one. Yeah, because it's the blue one. All right, so I need to have red open and white open. And that's how we get there. Oh. No. Red and green. And then we go through here. We run into the red door that's open. And then we change that to the rabbit. And then we go into that door at the end. Yeah. Tell that to the guy playing New Game Plus, Rinko. Oh my god, I even pressed dodge as I was getting hit. Because I remember the aerial assassination. I think this is one of the games where I've had the most intense level of like frame perfect dodging, where it's like I'll press the dodge button as I'm taking damage, and in other games it's usually like delayed enough where it just works. Not this time. Hey, what's up? The classroom.
遠い昔みたい。給食、お昼休み、友達。
Let me get it. Rinko's diary. I've wasted years of my life at school carefully putting on the good girl act, pretending I was perfect in every way, basking in my own sense of superiority. Back then, I sincerely believed I was better than everyone else. But things are different now. I can see how I've been looking down on others just to falsely raise myself up. I can't help but wonder, though, has everyone else seen through my act this whole time? Hinako, Sakuko, even Shu. Maybe they've always seen through me, straight to my rotten core. Maybe all this time they were only pretending to be my friends. Their handwriting is seething with unfettered hatred, but I'm not the one at fault. It's all because of that awful Hinako. If only you were gone, then I wouldn't be feeling like this. The rest is too distorted to read from here. All right, everybody, class is in session. Watch as I press this lamp and it goes green-red. Science. Mmm. Yummy. Hey guys, see ya. Ooh, see ya. You know what? I don't know if there was going to be an extra document in there, but I'm not fighting 500 million, like, screaming porcelain blobs, right? Hey, sorry, what was that? Can't hear you. I'm putting this final thing in that's going to make you melt. You hateful, rotten... things that I can't say.
彼の気持ち考えたことある？あんたは裏切った。もてあそんで裏切った。謝れ。その格好で今すぐ土下座して謝れ。聞こえてるんでしょ。なんとか言いなさいよ。ひなこ。
New Game Plus did not change my perspective on this one. See you later. New Game Plus did not turn it around for me and go, oh no, she's got these diary entries that are like make her really sympathetic. No, it made her worse. It made her worse. It made her even more aggressive. They be tripling down on that. All right, we out of here.
Yo, 相棒。こう呼べるのもこれが最後だな。
Oh, it's different. It's different this time. Because the ray gun we had to put here last time, didn't we?
お前以外の誰にも触れさせなかった。ひな子が初めて育てるにはちょっと難しかったよな。おかしいな。どこに行ったんだ。それもいいか。それが忘れていくってことだもんな。これを買ってもらうために漢字テストを頑張ったんだ。覚えてるか。こんなノートが山ほどあってな。押し入れにぎっしりさ。
Notebooks about school and Space Wars and us. Alright, time for us to go and get the missing things. Return what is lost. I should cash in on our aimer here for an Omamori slot. We can now increase to the maximum amount of 4. There we go. Yeah, I think this is a good choice because we have... I'm going to stick with countering. I'm going to stick with countering. And then I kind of want to put on whale because we've been getting fucked at the moment. And then whenever I'm like healing, I have to be really careful. And if I'm actually able to do it without worrying, that might be good. Honestly, Shrew Mole not consuming stamina in a near-death state is also really fun. It's quite a few. I'm going to stick the whale on for now.
Aibo, お前の本当の選択を知りたい。
The medicine cabinet from Shu's place. Oh my god, as soon as I walked into this, my spidey sense was going off. Alright, we now have a successful damage increase. We have a successful damage increase from that counter. Yummy, yummy. But as soon as I get hit, it'll reset. Oh no. Oh, I'm goated. I like missed my counter chance only to get a perfect dodge counter. Gaming. Alright, we have our second damage stack. The scent of herbs is overpowering. This is just taking us out. Or was there not something to grab on the way out? That just opens it. All right. Oh no, wait. It goes. Okay, it goes over here. I guess we'll just go this way first, and then we'll go back up there next. Oh yeah. Oh no. Why? I had it. Yeah. Hold to skip. We don't need to see. We don't need to see this shit. Oh my god. Actually, this is kind of crazy. Actually, this is kind of crazy. We get to do this fight. We get to do this fight. No, I took damage and I had that perfect. I had that opportunity right in front of me. Yes, counter. Yes, rage. We get to fight this thing with beast form power instead. How sick. Hey, she's going into that 5th trimester. Yeah. Fuck you. You're dead. Actually, based. None of that cursed pregnancy stuff. Get it out. Get it out of away. Best thing that they decided to do was to give you the wolf form now, fox form now. There ain't no wolf in sight, man. It's a different game. Ah! The only item you're gonna put in here are the red capsules. You fucking serious? Pop this shit like the balloon it is. And then that's the way back to the room. So this is where we want to come back. You know what? I might have fucked up by going this way first. I should have just followed the thing. I think I was just like intentionally trying to go different directions. So I'm gonna have to go back into the room to get the other item. Brainiac Hero Comic. The inside page was full of drawings. Hinako were drawn at the bad guys that the protagonist defeated. Moreover, in order to make the method of death even more bizarre than the manga's presentation, they stubbornly added a lot of scattered blood and guts. I remember that, actually. Maybe did I make it up that the ray gun was one of the weapons that we grabbed then? Maybe I did. Maybe I made it up. Maybe I imagined it. I'm Mandala affecting myself on this game. I remember the comic, the manga being one for sure. Because we definitely read that description. But I thought the ray gun was one that we got. Because I remember the stand.
相棒気にすんなずっとここで待ってるからさ
Don't worry, bud. I got one of them.
相棒の本当の気持ちを
She sheet of fine paper. Carry not any memory of what has come to pass beyond this point. Lay all bare upon the pedestal first. The door shall not open to those who harbor regret in their hearts. Okay. What happens about going through here the second time? Can I open this door from behind? I gotta go through the gauntlet again. Ah, that's my bad. Yeah, we should have just turned right the first time. Now we gotta do this again. The game, when it intentionally lures you into a certain direction by having an enemy go this way, and you're like, oh. You go, oh, what if I didn't go this way and I went the other way first? For no reason. Drawing of a young Shimizu Hinako. Even if it was drawn by an elementary school student, it's still bad. This is definitely drawn on purpose. There are all kinds of curses written on it, such as stupid, disgusting, etc. Oh, no, maybe we got that as well. All right, see, now I'm really doubting myself. I'm really doubting myself. All right, you know what I'm going to do? It's the easy way to get an answer. Pull up my old episode. Say, hey, pull that up. All right, I knew I wasn't going crazy. The possession situation was different, but it was different in the way that you had to get 3 possessions instead of 2, and it was the handle. It was the ray gun getting placed on the handle. But the drawing and the manga, we also did retrieve as well. That's why I'm like, huh? That was an interesting way for them to confuse me. Great drawing. Hey, Shu, what's hanging? Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean that literally.
来てくれたんだな、相棒。俺はお前にいいんだ。ひな子の好きなようにして。俺は相棒の選択なら受け入れるぜ。
幼い頃からの友人に別れを告げるのは辛いだろ
はい。いえ、するべきでした。もっと早くこんな姿をお見せして申し訳ありません。
謝らなくていい。むしろその痛みを強いた私の方が謝らねばならない。行こう。
Hey, you don't see her, you don't stop her to help a woman who's passing out on the ground because she's got a brain freeze. Come on. And then we wake up with the ripped arm and no new cutscene. So what's crazy about that is that whole entire cutting off your friends segment is like recontextualized through our visual identity. You're like, oh, we're being like, you know, loosely manipulated, or, you know, I was interpreting it as like, you know, when you like maybe you're getting a partner and it's, they're like, oh, I'll protect you. These people, they're bad for you. You got to get rid of them. You know, this sort of thing, or, you know, part of the separation process before you get kidnapped by the fox spirit. But once you do that segment with the mask on and the arm and all of it, and it's like all happened with that sort of feeling, it's much less Hinako doing the action, being like either like coerced or like told to do it as part of like a ritual process before something happens, and more of a, you know, loss of self just on autopilot going through these sorts of things. No longer the real Hinako performing such an action. So the visual nature of that is crazy. Oh my god. Add that onto the map. Hate that. We can now leave the area. Maybe we can go and get the sledgehammer, actually? Or is this still suffering from a lot of growth? Yeah, I think the growth is still here. So now we save and we bring this episode of Silent Hill F to a close before moving into the next area, heading to Shu's house. So thank you so much for joining me for this one. I hope you enjoyed our return to the New Game Plus experience, going through the school and also seeing a much different form of cutting off our friends, which, like I said, makes me very curious how they're going to handle the next segment as well, and the future of being in the Dark Shrine, how we go through those rituals, what's actually going to occur, because it feels like it'll be entirely new at that point, because they wouldn't be able to show the same things. I don't know. We will find out. But I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and a comment if you had a good time watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already to support the channel, and I will see you next time.